Press and record. Damn it. Okay. That's fine. I barely missed like the first sentence there. That's fine. I hope sound is working. It looks like it is. These animations are gorgeous. Young Herschel Layton, and yes, his hair and stuff was way different.
I win again, Herschel. Guess that means you'll be going with me tonight.
Randall, I told you, I'm not interested in archaeology.
Stop with the nonsense, Herschel. What happened to your sense of adventure?
You can't be serious.
Yes, I'm very serious, Herschel. I'm going to make archaeological history tonight. Do you have any idea what this could mean? It'll be the find of the century, and you're coming with me. So what do you say there, old chum? You're in, right?
Randall, I don't... Okay.
This time will be different, Herschel. You won't regret it, I swear.
Hello,
I've got a good feeling about
there
this.
we go.
I've heard that one before, Randall. I don't have time to go on another one of these silly expeditions of yours.
I'm telling you, this is different, Herschel. It isn't some silly adventure. I think I might be onto something big this time.
Oh, really? Do tell.
Something priceless. Something indescribable. Something beyond your wildest dreams, Herschel.
All right, class, you've proven your legs work. Now please exercise your backsides and be seated.
Just meet me tonight. Soon our names will be in all the papers. You'll be the famous scholar Herschel Layton.
I mean, he will eventually, which is cute. So, the reason why I cursed earlier was because, while doing a project, I did that thing that I said that I always pay attention to in stream. I don't know if all of you guys remember the like metal blade that I always use for cutting my clay. That has like one really sharp end and one just flat end, but it's very thin, so you can hardly tell. Well, I thought I had the right end, and it wasn't cutting well. So when I pressed down a little bit, which is, by the way, very normal for that clay that I was cutting, so, you know, either way it wouldn't have cut well, but yeah, I pressed down on it a bit, and I cut, yeah, pretty deeply into my finger. Not deep enough to, like, have it constantly hurt. Also, it felt very weird. It was a very clean pressure cut. I can tell you guys, it feels weird to, like, feel something cut through your own flesh in that way. Ugh. Don't want to experience that often. But yeah, basically not too deep to, like, constantly hurt. And it didn't even bleed, even though it's decently deep still. But, like, deep enough to where I put pressure on it, it does hurt. Yeah. I always pay attention to that, and I thought I had the right side, but because the angle of the light made it seem that way. But because I'm always kind of working around the camera when I'm using it, you know, I basically had a hard time seeing it. And I was paying so much attention, but it still happened. It's fine. Like, there's no, you know, it doesn't constantly hurt, it doesn't didn't bleed at all, which I'm still surprised because it was the direct tip of my finger. And it is really deep. Like the type where you definitely need tape to hold the cut together deep. Or in normal circumstances it actually wouldn't stop bleeding, which, yeah, not a single drop of blood. Apparently I'm, like, barely missed, like, barely cut perfectly there. But yeah, basically when I just now went to grab my fork, with my pen in hand, or my stylus in hand for the game, I hit set cut directly on, so ow! Again, it's gonna be totally fine, but yeah. It may happen, like, sometimes that I hit that and curse a little bit. Just cause, you know, it's my main finger, my pointer finger, so yeah. On my right hand, so. Of course it's gonna, you know, be in the way of something. That clock never seems to tell the right time, nor does my watch at all. What was that puzzle Randall was rabbiting about? I just couldn't get my head around it at all. Four people are talking at the end of a very enjoyable evening party. Comparing watches, they realize that none of them have the correct time. My watch is always 20 minutes slow. This old thing's 10 minutes slow. I set mine 5 minutes fast. Mine is 10 minutes fast. What time it is? Nah, hold on. Okay, you can kind of still tell the times of the others, so it's fine. So, oh, it actually shows it down here when you put it up screen. I totally spaced out there. So we have 1:05, 1:30, 1:15, and 1:35. So if we go from the thing of this old thing is 10 minutes slow, and like the nose distance basically from 10 minutes slow to 5 minutes fast, means we have, if we say for example this one is 10 minutes slow, that means it would be 1:15, but then we have to have one that is 5 minutes fast, which means it cannot be 10:15 because this would be on time. But if we say this one is 10 minutes slow, then that means it would be 1:25. So, and that would be 1:25. Then this one would fit into the 5 minutes fast, because then it also would be 1:25. It's hard to write like this. And then this one is 10 minutes fast, and this one is 20 minutes slow. So, you know, 1:25 I would say. This is awkward. Okay, that was clearly a 2 game. There.
I'm not certain.
Yeah, that one was fairly easy.
Did I get it?
Mm-hmm. It's 1:25 in the morning. It was a nice evening, but it's time to go to bed. Well, considering that it's 1:15 right now, so... Nah, not time to go to bed. Time to stream. Time waits for no man. Collins kept telling us. Doesn't seem quite fair that I always have to wait for time. So, any hint coins? What's that thing? Mr. Collins' lessons are always fairly easy. That's good to hear. In 3D, this is obviously a bit more impressive. Hello. There. Nope. That is... No, whatever, where the hint coins are. But yeah, let's listen to Mr. Collins' class. Now that you're all seated, kindly open your books to page 13. Today we'll be talking about Donald Rutledge and his groundbreaking work, Ancient Histories. Now, Rutledge investigated a number of noteworthy archaeological sites, looking for similarities between them. He identified the linking factor, the common denominator, the universal, ubiquitous, the name Asran. I'm going to grab a bite to eat. We'll leave you up for a look while you're going. Okay, have a good food then. Or bon appetit then. Have good food sounds always a bit awkward, doesn't it? Oh well. Also, let me just take a sip of water. So yeah, this is the first game we're gonna learn about the Asran civilizations, which is actually a very interesting topic in the Layton games, but yeah. Years later, we barely scratched the surface of all there is to know about the Asran civilization, there we go, and their time. But the discovery of the Asran was a huge breakthrough for archaeology, initiating unprecedented research in the field. How can I read the word unprecedented, but not the word beforehand? Wow. We have here some incomplete records of an excavation from the boom period. Let's see. Layton, can you help fill in the gaps? Of course, sir. Trying to finish my food before it gets too cold. A, B, C, and D each found a unique object at a different depth in the ruins. Based on the following statements, fill in the missing information about each artifact, its material, and its depth. So. Why does it sometimes have that weird... Okay. I think it's just broken sometimes to where it doesn't have the thing here. The doll is made of wood. We dug 100 centimeter deeper than D and found something at 150. Okay, so we dug 100 centimeter deeper than D and found something at 150. So 150 and 50. An item of blue tinged metal was found deeper down than a wooden one. I think this one might be the wooden one. The pot is made of sandy clay. The coin was found in a shallower place than the sword. Okay. I'm not too sure if this material is... Hold on. That is not blue in any way, I would say. So, I would say... I don't know if this could be sandy clay, but it could be sandy clay. So... Pot? I would say... Then we have... literally no info on their depth of finding, but I would say probably 100. Let's say 100. So... the coin was found in a shallower place than the sword, so he has the sword. There. Which leaves him with the doll made of wood. An item made of blue-tinged metal was found. Running down and... I would say this could actually be the coin then, and this the pot, because we don't have any information on what this materials. Like, we're missing one information about one material, so I would say... hold on. It's so awkward to write this way. And if you don't have like your main finger that you hold the pen with, it's still works, but yeah, harder. So let's go through again. The doll is made of wood. B dug 100 centimeter deeper than D. And found something at 150, which means D at 50. An item made of blue-tinged metal was found deeper down than the wooden one. So the wooden is the 150 is the door, and we know the deeper, like the deepest of all of them is the sword, and that's the next deep one, so the sword is made of the metal. The pot is made of sandy clay. Since this part is blocked and we don't know about thing, it needs to be this way around. And the coin was found at a shallower place than the sword. Yeah, well, this is the most shallow and this is the deepest, so I would say, yeah. Let's, sword, pot, coin. Sandy clay, wood, and blue-tinged metal. 150, 150.
I think this may be it.
It doesn't really have a good expression for when you actually succeed and have the right thing, but hey. Yes. A found a metal blade at 200, B dug 150 to find a wooden doll, C found a clay pot at a depth of 100, and D discovered a coin of 50 centimeters down. Quite a successful expedition. Yeah, and actually the things that I think would be most interesting about all of these is... Oh, stone coin, yeah, I just realized that is, metal blade and how it was forged, wooden doll and what it even symbolized, the clay pot, and maybe if there's some remnants in there that tells us about what they used to eat or drink or, you know, whatever. Or use, because you never know if it was like, for example, a pot of like resin glue for like something. And, you know, stone coin shows that whoever lived there had a currency already, which is also quite interesting. And no, I have no interest in archaeology at all. Have I much experience? No. But I do like me some good museums on certain histories of certain books and all that kind of stuff. And I do like a good bit of watching documentations. Ah, yes, quite. Good work, Layton. Thank you, sir. Right then, let's move on to page 14. Roger's most famous discovery was the ancient stone circle of Plymouth. Plymouth? Early theories held that Plymouth was a primitive holy site, but the finding of some intricate artifacts disproved that. These artifacts were the basis for a fascinating comparative study by the paleontologist Doris Pompidous. Based on a wide range of evidence from different fields, Pompidous came up with a radically new idea about this civilization. She theorized that they were scientifically advanced and had a language as evolved as their own. Furthermore, Through extensive fossil analysis, she proved that Earth once had a completely different ecosystem. Now then, here's the problem related to fossils. Would anyone like to give it a shot? So let me do it. Asgard, alright then. Let me guess, which bite mark belongs to which fish? Or this bite mark belongs to which fish? This fossil was found on a riverbed. Close examination revealed tooth marks, suggesting that it was formed when some kind of ancient fish bit into something tasty. Can you tell which one of the fish in the picture did this? The thing is, it shows 3 on each side, so I would immediately say A. Unless the others all have 4. But I could be wrong.
Leave this to me.
And there could be a hey, it only bit on half, but apparently I wasn't, so that's good.
I'm sure of it.
Okay, that worked. Looking at the bite marks as a whole, you can see that only 3 pairs of front teeth made an impression. Oh? Indeed. Well demonstrated. I see you've done your homework on this topic. Well, this is basic stuff, sir. Next page. This will be in your test next week, so make sure to take notes. Our forefathers built many ancient edifices. I never found out how to spell that word, so please correct me if I'm wrong, but hey, I think it's edifices, right? Here in England, of which we found but a merest handful. Most of them were undoubtedly lost in the passage of history, but their legacy remains in various forms. Sir, you have a question, Asgard? Go on then, out with it. Sir, have you heard of the Mask of Chaos? Are you being impudent, Asgard? Of course I've heard of it. The Mask of Chaos is a mythical treasure, documented by Ronald Rutledge. Ronald Rutledge, yeah. Sounds better though. What's your opinion, sir? Does it exist? I find it hard to believe that such a legendary object could lie undiscovered for so long. If I thought such thing could still be found, I would not be teaching at the school, but out digging for treasure. Even if existence could be proven, it would be quite impossible to find, and you know it. So I'd appreciate it if you stop wasting lesson time with irrelevant questions, Asgard. Right, sorry, sir. And apologizing? That's a first. Since you're so keen, Asgard, you can solve the next problem too. So yeah, class indeed is about riddles. And if these kind of riddles would have been in my classes when I was in school, or even the fact that of archaeology, because we had history but not archaeology, I would have been super happy. Okay. Don't know if my tea, I think my tea is drinkable now, so let me put a lid on it before it gets too cold. There we go. This splendid fossil is broken into 9 pieces that was actually restored once before, but well, let's just say one of the research assistant is a bit of a butterfingers. It used to be a 3x3 square. Since it's quite fragile and broken enough as is, you can only move 3 pieces at a time horizontally or vertically. Put it back together in the center of the grid. Okay. Yeah, since it's 3 pieces, that sounds quite annoying. But I'm sure we can figure it out. Figure it out. Sorry. Watch too much Nerdy Crafter. I mean, I don't think there's too much Nerdy Crafter, like, as even a possibility, but you know. Okay, so one of the most obvious things for me is this. And then this. And then this. And then this. Yep. Okay, that was actually
How
pretty easy.
exciting! Just leave it to me.
Okay, that was good. And I finished my food. So, yay. Only took 30 minutes. That's standard eating time for me anyway, so yay. It was an ammonite puzzle. You can solve this puzzle in just 4 moves. Who thought it would be so simple? Well, I didn't, at first glance. Yay, new state for toy robot. Don't care for that as much. Rather want to train the bunny, but sure. Alright, students, that's it for today. You may tidy up your desks and go. Wow, today's class just flew by. Old Collins may be grumpy, but his lessons are bloomin' fantastic. What got into you today, pestering about that mask? This is to do with your treasure hunting expedition? So you want to know now, do you? You do, don't deny it, Herschel. Hey, no need to be smug. I just wondered why you were so, why you to be daft enough to mind about, crotchety Collins? There's some words here that they use that I don't really use often at all and never really read. Well, I suppose if you come over to my house later, I could tell you about it. I mean, if you really want to know, I can't really hide it from you, can I? Randall, chum, sometimes I think you live on a different planet. I wish. Ooh, doesn't mean, he doesn't want to live in one place with Herschel Layton. Mr. Collins, what is it? So, do you really honestly believe the Mask of Chaos is gone forever? Not again, Nazca. Thought that discussion was over. But sir, just have to know, what makes you think the mask was lost? Think about it. It belongs to a time and culture that are known only for myths and hearsay. Consequently, any clues that might hint to its whereabouts are ultimately pure speculation, and so they shall remain. You know, it's a shame you don't put as much thought into topics that don't disrupt the class. But sir, you're an expert in the field. I was sure if anyone knew something about the mask, it would be you. Ascot, I'm delighted by your keen interest in archaeology, but please save the flattery for your fan club. As it happens, Donald Rutledge isn't the only scholar to write about the Mask of Chaos. That said, nobody has been able to say what significance the mask really had other than as a carnival accessory. Regardless, any archaeologist with sense will tell you that the mask was lost aeons ago, if it ever existed. Funnily, that the word aeons is actually a word I use a decent bit. Not that often, but often enough. Talking about lost and old words. And commonly used. Hey, you have returned with sustenance. How was food? What did you get? So what would happen if, say, I found it tomorrow? Ha, you become a legend in the world of archaeology, just as Rutledge was, but the odds are infinitesimal. Look, Ascot, if you're that keen, you should stick to what you love. Just keep your questions for after class. I will, and I'm really sorry, sir. Alright, go off home then. Goodbye, sir. Nothing of note. Okay. Well, at least you eaten something. That always counts. Okay. Oh, I completely forgot to summarize what even this game is about, I guess. Sorry if there's anybody that has no clue. But yeah, basically, it is a riddle-based game. Anything in the world is based on riddles, even random things. That umbrella has been laying there for donkey's years. Hasn't anyone claimed it yet? Poor umbrella, I feel your pain. So, whatever pain. The funny thing with umbrellas is the Japanese, like the actual theft of stealing is mostly in Japan with umbrellas, which is, I guess, where the thing with the poor umbrella kind of came from. The broken Raleigh. Friend of yours is having a bit of a trouble in the shop. Sudden gust of wind has broken my Raleigh. It was my favorite too. I was hoping to buy a new one with the exact same design, but all the umbrellas here look pretty similar and I don't know which one to get. Okay. With first of all round handle, so no A. Ah, it does the thing again, hold on. There. It's broken sometimes, it's fine. But yeah, basically it's a riddle-based game, and we are playing as Professor Layton, Emmy, Altava, and Luke, or those are the main characters here. And Professor Layton's old friend from his school days, I guess from the time that we're currently in, basically wrote him a letter, and she said, by the way, her name is Angela, she said that she needs his help because there's something going on in the city they live in, like people turning to horses, people being petrified, which is one of the one phenomenon we kind of witnessed, and people walking out of paintings and all that kind of stuff, and it's all linked to the Mask of Chaos and this masked gentleman, and because it's linked to that Mask of Chaos, she asked Layton to come, cause, yeah, either way, I know it's C. Or that? No, we don't know with the points. Hold on. So it's one with a thing at the handle, so it could either be this or this. Not this, because this has multicolored dots, and this doesn't look like it has multicolored dots. I think it is this one. Just based on how many of these are there, because this one has many more of these supportive things. So I think it's E. Let's see.
I think this may be it.
Okay.
I need another go at that one.
Maybe it is that other one that we cannot see. I thought it may not be at all because of the different colored dots, but we cannot see them, so I just, assumed. So I guess it's B then, huh? Well...
Here goes.
yeah, it's B. Okay. That's fine,
Puzzles
that's
can be
just,
quite fun.
based on the colors there, you cannot really tell that too directly. Like, you can guess, and I could have guessed that because you cannot see the color, and this is the only different one to all of them, but hey, that's fine. The answer is probably B. A's handle's different, C's handle has no decoration, D has more spokes, and E has a design on the inside as well as the... oh my goodness. The inside design I didn't even pay attention to at all. Well, never mind then. I spaced out there. To be fair, I was focusing more on drinking my tea. There's no name written on it, and nobody's going to claim it. I just leave it here as a part of the scenery. Yeah, I think that fits well. Okay, we're gonna talk to that guy. And there doesn't seem to be anybody else that has. You didn't catch it either? Yeah, oh my goodness. I so spaced out there, but it's fine. Greetings, Dalston. It's Brascott and Layton. What rubbish are you two ninnies going on about today? It's not rubbish, even you have seen that archaeology is fun, or are you too cool for fun? What's the point in fun? It's not going to earn you any cash. I'm setting up my own hotel business, and I'm going to make an even bigger fortune than my old man. I bet the only reason you like all that ancient history graph is 'cause it'll get you out of this hole, right? I happen to like this village. I only be leaving to get a degree in archaeology, and there's nowhere better than Gressenhaller, which is the exact university where Layton actually goes to study, and is then a professor, and actually teaches archaeology there. Archaeology, yeah. Good, while you're off mincing around in London, I'll be building my hotel empire. Not a problem, Dalston. I just use your hotel as a base of operations for my fact-finding expeditions. Sweet. Random conversation. Hey, and a cutscene.
Simple, Herschel.
Mary! Aren't you going to need your bag for study group tonight?
Angela!
Hey, Randall! Did you get out of practice early today?
Yes, Herschel and I have some important things to do.
Everything looks good. done. Can you two wait a minute while I get my things?
She's as radiant as ever.
And she likes the most handsome chap in town.
Too bad for you.
AK, she likes Randall.
Don't you take that from him, Herschel. Randall, is that any way to treat your best friend?
Well, I suppose I could be a little nicer. But Herschel needs to stop running away from his future in archaeology.
He doesn't look like he's running away. Perhaps he's just not interested.
Thank you.
I think I
Not
can
yet.
change that. I've got something very special to show the two of you.
Not again. What is it now?
The Mask of Chaos.
Why am I not surprised? Randall, what is it about this fairy tale that has captured your imagination?
Always the skeptic. That's all right. At least I won today's fencing match, which means that tonight we do what I want to do, correct? 8 o'clock, right, Herschel?
I love that they honor those things, it's cute.
That awaits.
It's very cute. Also, like, Herschel being one of the only ones with, like, dot eyes, it's always like, expression much? He kind of has expressions, but we're just very interesting in how they captured them, like, with his classical dot eyes, but yeah. He kind of looks like somebody had trouble on their keyboard and doesn't have actual emotes and uses like the double point and brackets. You get me? Typical Randall, he never gives up. I might be able to get some reading in before going around this though. But yeah, we get to actually explore his past village. Oh. The clock is certainly one. Okay, the clock is Triumphant Emblem. I guess that is actually worth something in comparison to like, I don't know, the trash we found yesterday. Up, and there's the third one. Okay. Whee! That Randall's got far too good at fencing lately. I'm not going to let him win the next bout. It's been almost 3 years since we moved to Sainsbury, so this is his house, I guess, just we cannot interact with it yet because we're not quite in front of it. Interesting. Okay, let's see. Yeah, cycling down from school must indeed be such a rush after it goes down the way. Here we go. I'm not fancying looking for my hint coins there, it's fine. Hello Ma, I'm home. Oh Herschel dear, would you come over here for a second? Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Of course. Something the matter. She's probably behind that, but let's first... Hold on, he said something interesting there. Said something about all he knows is that he was taken in by somebody famous? What does he mean with taken in? These documents are pretty boring, and the taxes and other kind of stuff can be boring. Okay, got that. Let's go further. So many, man must be making some marmalade. Oranges. Nothing like a good glass of fruit juice in the morning to start the day nice and refreshed. Oh yes, the label. Everybody bottle comes with a fruity puzzle. Here we go. What does this one say? Okay, that is a decent bit of work that the company then puts into the bottles, and that is actually quite awesome. Do you know if a juice factory wanted to send a gift to 3 important customers? To make sure no one was offended, they were all given 18 liters of juice, but there weren't enough of each bottle size to make the shipments identically. Still, the owner was able to make up 3 shipments of 18 liters using different sets of small, medium, and large bottles. Can you work out how many liters each size bottle holds? Okay. 18 total. Can I... There. So, 18 liters of juice. 1, 2, 3, 4 medium. And 6 large. Or plus 6 small is equaling 18. And then we have 2L plus 6 S equals 18. So that already gives us the information that 2 large bottles, or 1 large bottle is 2 medium bottles. So L1 equals 2. And then here we have 1L plus 3 plus 3S equals 18. So let me just erase these. Let me make the L more obvious there just a little bit. 1 large, 3 medium, 3 small. If we convert everything, let's convert everything to medium then. Hold on, let me. That means we have technically 5 plus 3 is the same as, there we go, is the same as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4 plus 6 is the same as 4 plus 6. Yeah, so the last one is basically the same, so it doesn't really matter, but like with these two, 5 medium plus 3 is 4 medium plus 6, which means one medium bottle is 3 small bottles, right? 1 equals 3S. Thank you for the stretch redeem, Stevie. Hi there. Hope everything's going well. Okay, hold on. So, yeah, where was I? Oh, yeah. 4 and 5 is 1 bottle different, and 3 to 6 is 3 bottles different, which means 3 small is 1 medium. Which means, in total, we can take all the numbers in... Oh no, you're stuck at the cleanup of an accident in Germany? You mean like stuck in traffic, or like actually stuck at the cleanup? That's not sounding fun, honestly, either way, but yeah. Oof. Okay, so that means that 3 small... let's convert all of them to small real quick. That means 1 medium is 3 small, which means 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, 12 plus 6 is 18. That means we can say small bottles are 1 liter, medium bottles are 3 liter, and large bottles should be 6 liter then. So 6 plus 6 is 12, plus 6 is, yeah, okay. 6 plus 3 is 9, plus 6, 4, 4, 2 is 13, 14, 15, 16. Hold on. No, 6 plus 9 is 15, plus 3 is 18, there. So 1, 3, and 6. Or 6, 3, and 1. traffic. Okay,
I
that's
think
good.
this may be it.
Yeah. I like, you know, it maybe would have gotten it
Quite
quicker
fun.
if I didn't go back and forth with chat and like focus on other stuff. But I mean, that's why I'm streaming, to have a direction. So, but yeah, it's actually a pretty decent logic puzzle. It's actually quite fun. It's not too bad. That you see, it's now your puzzle and Ma likes to buy grape juice for the recipes on the packaging. I'd probably or pick orange if I had a choice though. So Herschel Layton likes oranges. We're gonna let Mom struggle there for a while to find the last tin coin. Well, guess we found it. Anything else? No. Let's help Mom, because she's panicking. Thank goodness you're home, Herschel. Your father's in trouble. In trouble? What do you mean, Ma? What's happening? It's awful. Some strange men in black suits came to the door around midday, demanding to see you. Your father said they were old acquaintances of his and just went off with them, and he's been gone ever since. That was hours ago. Where on earth can he be? Oh, I knew those men looked suspicious. Calm down, Ma. I'm sure he's fine. Do you want me to go out and look for him? Oh, Herschel, would you? I'll stay here in case he comes home. Alright then, I'll be back soon. Don't worry, okay? Thank you, Herschel. And do be careful. If anything happens, just cry for help as loud as you can. I keep an ear out. I'll be fine, Ma. Nothing will happen to me. I find Pa and bring him back. Interesting. Oops. Wrong thing. Okay. This is Pa we're talking about, so he's probably on Pebble Lane chatting to someone. Okay, Pebble Lane, kind of a cute name. Wonder why it's called that way. Cute road. Bet it's gonna be a pain to walk on in the rain though. Wow, my German is, me being German is really showing. With like, you know, this is typical mean of like, Germans will not think, this is a nice house. Germans will think, how tedious it will be to clean all these windows. You know. Nadia, let's talk to her. Hello, Herschel lad. What's the time? Shouldn't you be off home? I'm looking for Pa, actually. Apparently he went out with a group of strange men. Have you seen him? Roland, sorry, I haven't seen him all day. Don't tell me they're still having to run around after him again, isn't she? It's always like this. Your Pa goes missing for 2 seconds and she works herself into a tiz. Sends out the cavalry. But since you're here, Herschel, maybe you can help me with something. Don't worry, it won't take long. These two laborers settled on a corn crop area and they were crawling about like crazy. I think they're lost. Okay, we have a riddle. Aww. Spinning maze. Oh, I get it. That's cute. Two ladybird friends on Run Red and Run Blue have lost each other on this corn crop. Whenever they go, the corn kernels seem to get in between them. Okay. Can you give a guide direct through the labyrinth? Maybe. Okay, definitely not this way. Ah, this is awkward. I really wish I could use my pointer finger here. But, hey. I mean, I kind of can, just not as much. Also, I like that they chose different colors for, like, the crops, but also it kind of looks a bit wrong to have some brown and green and then the yellow there. I don't know. Weird choice. This way it should be? No. Nah. Cute though. There we go. Also purple?
I'm not certain.
Interesting color. Hey, there we go. But hey, it's cute and
Did
it's
I
a
get it?
fantasy game, so it's fine. Usually they're black with yellow spots, although they're, I think, called a bit different than... and are not actually ladybirds or ladybugs. Then they are just, like, like with like larger yellow, and then there's red with yellow and black with red. Red with black and black with red. With red with black is kind of the classic. Wow, at least here. Got any shop aisle crockery? I think the yellow ones are some kind of other bug that looks like a ladybug, but it's technically not, but oh well. I think I remember that, right? Oh, marvelous! Thank you, Herschel, you're a good lad. If I see Roland, I'll be sure to say you're looking for him. Be careful not to trip while you're running around. It's okay, Gloria, it's not dark yet, and I've tried my shoelaces, so I should be fine, thanks though. I suppose you're too big for me to tell you that now? You do. Right, Paha, where are you? You must be somewhere in the market. Where is Pa? I can't see him anywhere. Oh, good evening. Hello, Henry. Are you out shopping? Yes, I've been sent to purchase this week's groceries for the household. I see. That's a bit rough on you, isn't it? It's just part of my duties, and may I ask where you're bound? Oh, I'm looking for my father. You haven't seen him, have you, Henry? No, I'm afraid I haven't. I'm very sorry. I can't help you. That's all right. Right. I suppose I better go on looking then. Yes, I wish you luck. So, whoever that chap is, he's, I guess, working for a household, from what it sounds like, so he's likely a butler or something. That's what I like about this game, and obviously, again, looks more impressive on the DS, but like, the movement you have while exploring makes the scene so much more immersive than it already was, you know? Hello Herschel, you look well today. Good evening, Lionel. You know, I just thought of Bimbo Henry from Escadals. They certainly make that boy pull his weight. Speaking of pulling weights, I got some bricks from my mom's garden wheel, but I can't work out how much they weigh. Oh gosh, it's a weighing riddle. Of course. Of course. 9 red bricks. How many does he need to lift? Apparently 2 adjacent bricks on a row are much heavier than the rest, but he can't remember which. He's decided the only way to identify them is to lift the bricks one by one, but to save time he's going about it the most efficient way. Okay. Since he cannot make it even... I mean, if he goes for 1 and 2... Like, in the worst case... Also, that's very broken again. How many... Okay, he can only lift the bricks one by one. Technically, he only needs to lift like 4 of them. If one of them is already heavier, then he has them. And like he can then compare the weight? No, that's not gonna work. Okay, oh gosh. The thing is, with these riddles, like, they can have myriad of ways. For example, oh, he lifts all of them onto a scale. And then, you know... Hold on. I have a message from somebody. Nah, stop autocorrect. Also, it's super hard when you're talking in English. Yeah, I think they're assuming he can tell if it's heavier when they're lifted. Technically, you only would need to lift 1 technically 2 to compare, but then, you know, wouldn't need any of the others. Maybe you can just, like, instead of lifting them, just topple them over and listen to the sound. You know what I mean? But also, yeah, brain breaks if you have to type in German while you're streaming or thinking in English more or less for this riddle. I would say 5 of them, right? At least half, and he can, but then he can only second. Yes, the thing is, he can only live one at a time. So from what I gather, so that makes it hard. Technically 8 to figure out if the 9th one is heavy or not, because at that point he knows. But I don't think it's that many, considering it's a Layton riddle. You know what I mean? Okay, hold on. I need to read the text again. 9 bricks for his mother's gun. Apparently 2 adjacent bricks are much heavier. Okay, hold on. I thought, yeah, I completely, like, missed the thing of the text. So 2 adjacent bricks in a row are much heavier than the rest, but he can't remember which. He decided to, okay. So 1, in the worst case he has to lift 1 to 8, but he technically has to lift only every second. So 2, 4, 6, and the worst part 8 is 4, and then 1 on the side, which is 5, right? So, because if it's adjacent, then that means if he lifts 2 and that's heavier, then he can just lift 1 that's lighter, and then he knows that 3 is the one. On the other hand, if he has to go through all of them in a row, goes 2, 4, 6, and then 8 is heavier, which would be the worst case, he would have, for example, lifted 7, known that that's lighter, and known that 9 is it, so, yeah. Yeah, reading the text helps, huh?
Be it.
What?
I need another go at that one.
I guess he could go 2, 5, 8? And if one of them is heavier, he only has to lift the left or right, and if not, then he has to lift any of the middle ones and then 1. But that would also, and then he knows that would mean 4, right? If he lifts 2, 5, and 8, and for example 5 is heavier, like in any order possible, you know, worst case, and 5 is heavier, then he knows to lift 1 on the side. If 5 isn't heavier, then he can lift, for example, 4. And if 4 is light, then he knows it's 6 and 7, so it's 4. Now that I think about it, wow. Yeah, okay. That's what I meant with you really need to think about these riddles. But hey, I got it in the end. I just really need to read the riddle text more thoroughly. It's for example, you might stop lifting bricks 2, 6, 4, and 6. Yeah. If one of them is heavy, you can lift a neighboring brick. 2, 4, and 6 are heavy, then the rest you can simply lift 9. Then 8 must be the other heavy brick. Yeah, whatever. With all this time trying to figure out, he could have lifted them already. Yes. Except for if he knew beforehand, but considering that he has this issue right now and the standing there and avoiding work, you know, yeah, he could. Oh, that's right, clever, that's it. You have my thanks, lad. Happy to help. I'll be on my way then. Good luck with the wall. Toodaloo. Okay. Still nothing of his dad. Mom sneaks veggies into everything. I like veggies. For me, you don't need to sneak them in. I'd like them to have them as one of the main features, please. Oh, that was hot. So the top layer of tea was drinkable. I guess, but my hair hasn't cooled down that much. Sorry for that gulping noise. I know some people are very, have a problem with hearing that. I do too, like, especially if somebody's eating close to me, but yeah. Whew. Oh. What could have happened to Pa? Doesn't usually stay out this late. Ahoy there, Herschel, where are you off to in such a hurry? Hello, Uncle Doe. Have you seen Pa anywhere? Roland? Can't say I have, no. Herschel, my boy, how would you like to give your Uncle Doe a hand with a puzzle? Yeah, of course, in every scene we go to there's a puzzle. Hi there! A lick of paint, don't do that especially in the olden times, because a lot of paints had lead in them. And don't do that with cheap Chinese paints, because a lot of paint of those still have lead in them. You know. The prospective tenants of this row of houses have some unusual requirements. I want to live next to a red house. No blue neighbors, please. Oh, and house on the end is out of the question. Okay. No blue neighbors and the house on the end is out of the question. So yeah. 2 doors down from a yellow house and no neighbors the same color as us. I'm fine with any color as long as it's not blue or red. And you repaint just one house so that every tenant can have the dream home. Okay, so 2 doors from down from a yellow house and no neighbors same color would be 3. No blue neighbors please, and the house on the end is out of question, so that one cannot be blue. No neighbors the same color as us means if they are yellow. Oh, hold on. Just one house. Okay, hold on. To live next to a red house, that would work for either them or them. No blue neighbors, please. Oh, and the house on the end is out of the question. Okay, so either of them. So, let's say one is C. Then he would live next to a red house. 2 no blue neighbors, please. Oh, and the house on the end is out of question. No blue neighbors. 2 doors down from a yellow house and no neighbors the same color as us. And that means they could be A, because 2 houses down from a yellow house, and he has only one neighbor that doesn't have the same color. And fine with any colors as long as it's not blue or red. Oh, damn it. Okay. Hold on. This was original. There. When to live next to a red house? Could be this one or this one. I think the game is so broken that it shows some of the... Yeah, okay. Either way. Now to live next to a red house, that means one could live here or here. No blue neighbors, please. Oh, and the house with, on the end is out of the question. So that means they could be the blue house though, because they're not saying that they are not fine with having a blue house themselves. 2 doors down from a yellow house and no neighbors the same color as us. Okay, so this one could be yellow. Fine with any color as long as it's not blue or red. So he wants yellow. So hold on. If I would change this to yellow, hold on. I would change this to yellow. See if that would work. Let's erase these. And yes, I could use the all clear button. But hey. Okay, so want to live next to a red house. That would be either this one or this one. No blue neighbors, please. And the house on the end is out of question. That means he is gonna get the blue house. Which means one is gonna have that house. 2 doors down from a yellow house and no neighbors the same color as us. Would mean this one. Would work. And I'm fine with any color as long as it's not blue or red. Would work with this. So I think I got it.
I'm not certain.
Okay.
Did I get it?
Repainting the rightmost house in yellow satisfies all the tenants' conditions. Never mind the cost of materials and labor. The landlord ought to change all for them for the time it took to work out which house to paint. Depends on who's solving the riddle, I guess, because I mean, we solved this pretty decently quick, and if it takes that much to paint all 4 houses, then that person that's painting them is a magician. But hey, or just dumping literally like a gallon of paint on each house. Got a new play for you, Rabbit! Postman Bun! Oh, cute. We're gonna do the rabbit ones, definitely, because I want to help the rabbits, obviously, because they're adorable. Marvelous, my boy. You truly are your father's son. What did you say you were up to again? Pa left the house in a hurry earlier. Mom is worried and sent me out to look for him. Oh, Dad! Lucille's always such a worgot, but if I see Roland, I give him a word. Thank you, Uncle Do. Well, Pa's not in town, so I suppose he must have gone towards the woods. Not a Pokemon that interests me. Tells me they used to sell souvenirs here. Why did they close? Good question. Found a new item. Feeble lamp. So you just literally stole the lamp from that lamppost. I'm sure it's fine. You know. There's the last. Okay, let's talk to this person. Again, I'm just collecting the hint coins just in case I need them for later times. Pa, there you are. Herschel, what's the matter with you? I didn't seem to care, yeah. Went off with a group of strangers and didn't come back all day. I'm asking, there. Oh, your mother's just a fastbot. Thought they were old friends of mine. She didn't seem to think they looked like friends, and she also said they were looking for me. What a pair of nervous Nellies to go far. I'm right here, safe and sound. As for those men, I know them from years ago. They'd seen you as a baby and were curious to see how you'd grown up, that's all. Alright, but what were you doing all the way out here in the woods? I wanted to visit the Norwell Wall, so I offered to show them the way. It's quite hard to find for tourists. Tourists? We haven't been getting many of those lately. Not these days, no, but back when the wall was excavated, Sainsbury was all over the news. The tourists streamed in. They flocked in all year round, day and night, to see the Norwell Wall. This must have been years before we moved here. Can't imagine Stansbury as the tourist spot. There was a sudden surge of interest in archaeology in this little town. All sorts of scholars and researchers started moving in. People who sought to decipher the world, to crack its secrets, to gain knowledge of unknown civilizations. Pa, you're starting to sound just like Randall. You must have a glorious time with your friend Randall then. Anyhow, let's go home. Best not keep your mother waiting any longer. She'll be having kittens. I won't have kittens. No, I know it's a saying. Yes, let's. I'm starving. And yeah, that leads to the Norwell Wall. Kittens are nice, yes. And much more uncomplicated than puppies in certain ways, much more complicated than puppies in others. Then they turn into cats, which are also nice. Depends on the cat. I mean, I like cats, but it really depends on the cat. Some cats are absolute buttholes. Some cats? Let's leave it at that. Let's give them the benefit of the doubt and say some cats. Mama, found Pa. Now, Lucille dear, didn't I tell you those people were friends of mine and not to worry? Not the manners. Well, I didn't know you'd be gone all day now, didn't I? Don't mean to fret, but if you just disappear like that... might be in my room, okay? Call me when dinner's ready. Okay, that was literally just a quest for, hey, let's explore the stupid town a little bit. I mean, it's not stupid, it's a cute, cozy little town, but like, yay. It's nice to be in my own room again. I can finally read that book. But then I'll have to stop mid-chapter or something. I hate having to stop, but what else could I do? Randa seemed really keyed up today, more than usual. Usual. I'm used to his crazy treasure hunt talk, but he's never been so cocksure before. Maybe he's really found something. Come to think of it, weren't he and Dodson arguing over some old indecipherable map the other day? Well, I'm actually feeling quite curious. Randa must be getting through to me. Worrying, though. Still, imagine if we really did discover any ancient artifact. That would be terrific. Herschel, dinner's ready. Well, already? That was quick. How was school, son? Any exciting happen? Not really, just the usual. Well, now you mention it, I lost the fencing route to Randall. What's the score now then? Have they decided which one of you will be going to the next tournament? I'm not about to let Randall beat me, Ma. Just need a bit more time to practice. That's the spirit. How about some pudding to strengthen you up then? Oh no, thanks, Ma. You sure, son? There might not be any left after I've been at it. No. I told Randall I met him after dinner. Is that okay? Now, isn't it a bit late to be going out? Don't worry, Ma. We're just going to sit around in Randall's room and talk. Don't stay out too late, will you? I won't. Thanks, Ma. See you later. I want to go back to his room real quick. Just look at it to find more. Crayon drawing. Cute. All my favorite books are on the top shelf. My clean room. All tomorrow. Okay, so that's interesting, and I think that's a funny thing to think about. Where do you put, like, if you're actually liking books, where do you put your favorite books? I always put my favorite books on, like, eye level. And then I start from, I mean, either depending from A to Z or if it's a series, I start out with my favorite series and sort it that way. Like, it always depends on the series of books. Like, if one shelf is completely filled by one series of books by, like, one author or something, then obviously I sort it by date of release or, you know, intended order of books. But else I go from, I guess, my favorite series towards, and then start off with the series and then the single books. And there I go by topic and then sort them that way. For example, if it's like more fantasy with like knights and stuff, that comes in one group. And then if it's like, I don't know, a stupid example, something with like vampires, then it comes like in another. And if it's with, let's say, magicians, then it comes into another, you know? Things like that. But they're all like I'm then starting out with, like, for example, if where the hourglass now is where my eye level, you know, I would put like all the books like starting from my favorite series on set eye level and then down towards the next row. The higher ones are books and series that are important, but I don't grab as often anymore. Like, for example, all my crime series books I have like on one of the higher shelves. I can still grab it, but I don't often. And on the top shelves are books that I like, but I don't need as often. For example, and plus my top shelf in my case, for example, is like my largest one spacing wise. So I have my Hyrule Historia there, or like my Sabaton album, like large album books they released, art books. While on the bottom shelf are like, or like a bit lower underneath are like all my manga and then my like sewing instruction books. Like, I think like a bookshelf like tells you what people like most in a way, and I think that's very interesting. So yeah, I'm always quite curious. How do you guys sort your bookshelves? What on earth? There's a puzzle in there. Or like, to like make it easier, so you guys don't have to type that long if you want to. Don't want to. Where or at which height do you put your favorite books? Is it like the top of the bookshelf? The middle, or actually the bottom for easy reach? Or do you have them in a completely separate little corner or something? Oh, Random must have put it here the last time he was over. We found a riddle. Poke totem, huh? Who's responsible for this mess? Each of these columns should be 3 blocks high and have the totem head on top. That's where arranged from left to right in this order. Yellow, blue, green, red. And you use the mallet to shunt the blocks around and restore the columns to their original grandeur. Well, let's start out with that. Okay, hold on, there were rules, so... Be careful though, you can never hit the top block of the column. Okay. That is awkward then. How am I supposed to get the red block over then? So if I hit this out, it's not gonna make it, make the top block move with it. Just the row I'm at. So I guess the only way I can think of right now is to actually move this over like that, and then hit this entire row. But there, that should work. Okay.
I think this may be it.
Nice as a nice to have. Not a manners. Okay,
Quite fun.
it happened again, where red columns that I thought I didn't read before, but then I realized, hold on, I did. Ah, it's fine. Even the totem heads themselves seem happy to be back in their places, or do they? I don't think like half of them look happy. But hey. He must have sneaked in while I wasn't looking. Seriously, is he that desperate to get me into puzzles? Says one of the later on greatest puzzle fanatics and like anything, but hey, you know. I guess his friend already knew somewhat. Either way, let's go out to Randall's house. Herschel boy, what are you doing out all this at this time? Hello, Uncle Dow. I'm just going around Randall's house. Oh, and what's the young sir plotting this time? You keep an eye on him, won't you? If anything happens to the boy, his father will have the whole county up in arms. It's alright, Uncle Dow. We are only going to chat. That didn't stop Mr. Ascot sending you home last time. Try not to antagonize the man, Herschel. He won't even know I'm there. See you tomorrow. All those questions about what was it, the Mask of Chaos? What soft-boiled scheme has he cooking up this time? Hold on. What? Isn't that Dodson over there? Okay, I want to talk to the professor first, though. I'm not gonna, like, go out of my way to talk to people that are, like, not on my way. We can solve their riddles later, but yeah. Good evening, Mr. Collins. What are you doing looking around the school gate at this hour? Have you finished the short essay I gave you? Pretty much. You'll no doubt find this puzzle a piece of cake then. Okay. Brave the caves. Young explorer wants to go from point 1 to point 5. To do so, you must pass through the correct 4 caves in the cave complex. The wrong caves are filled with horrible traps. He has with him 4 photos, A to D, taken by an explorer who made it through. Work out who made it through, work out the correct route using the photographs. However, keep in mind that you don't know which photo was taken where. Okay, so the thing is, B is at the flower field. Okay, I can actually hide the text there because I don't know. So, B was taken at the flower field and there is a wall here. And that means it's likely the leftmost path where he needs to curve through. So it's likely this one. We have the sand here for reaching this one. Also, this gives us a pretty surefire thing that we know that it was taken from the beginning of the cave towards the end and not from where he was being out of the cave already towards there. But yeah, B is that. A, that means is the third one down for the left curve. See, these are the only ones that lead to a wall where you cannot see other exits once you go in there, and you know, these are also not like. So I would say C is this one, which would be the blue one also, because of the curve. And then D is the yellow one for being straight and then looking straight at these walls.
Here goes.
Yep, I got it. He doesn't never really look
Puzzles
like he
can be
got
quite
it in the
fun.
first, like, few seconds of this animation, I swear. Okay. Correct, if you have a good look at the scenery in the distance of each photo, you can tell where they were taken. The light will be on the left-hand side of a cave that bends right, and vice versa. Indeed. If school was that easy all the time, I would be happy to, go, you know? You haven't done your homework after all. Yes, sir. Actually, I would be quite bored, not, you know, but oh well. Well, don't stay out too late. We don't want your mother to start worrying. I won't, sir. AK, everybody in town knows how bad his mother is at, like, worrying. Oh my goodness. I mean, I get it's a small town where that happens a decent bit, but it's at least large enough that there's a school still. Oi, Layton, bit late for a stroll. I could say the same to you, Dodson. Do your parents even know you're odd? Maybe, maybe not. Who cares? I go where I like, when I like. Hey, I just saw Angela go by. You lot aren't having another one of your little archaeology parties, are you? Really don't know what Angela sees in a posh brat. His parents aren't even as rich as mine. Well... And what about you, Layton? Aren't you tired of playing along with all that brat's got spotty ideas? I may not care about the archaeology, but I do enjoy listening to Randall in full rant. AKA the one thing I also like to listen to is when my friends are happily talking about a topic they enjoy, even if I don't care about the topic much at all. But it's always nice and fun to hear somebody enjoy a topic, especially a friend. He's good at talking, that's for sure, and never shuts up, but aren't we getting a bit old for kiddie adventures? They aren't kiddie adventures, Dodson. Anyway, we're only 17. We're already 17, you mean? Though you'd have grown out of puzzles and riddles by now, like this one. How easy is this? Dodson's post-Herschel math problem is written on a homework sheet, but it's turned in several places, making it very difficult to read. Dodson smirks as he watches Herschel examine the puzzle. With air on self-satisfaction, he says, "Still struggling, but that's the simplest math problem ever. Can you help Herschel work out the answer to the problem?" Well, the thing I can immediately tell is that, I'm not gonna say this, but that means... if it recognized that as a 1.
I'm not certain.
Like, that was quite obvious, wasn't it?
Did I get it?
I hope I got it. Correct, hope you didn't tear your hair out for Windot's understanding. The torn parts of the page appear to form a much simpler math problem. The answer, of course, is 15. Yes. I think Ascot's infected you with his puzzleitis. You pretend not to care, but you enjoy it, really. You and Angela. Can't afford to get wrapped up in your little games. Not if I want to become a successful hotel magnate. By the way, I saw the errand boy from Ascot House carrying 2 huge shopping bags earlier. Now that's a busy bee, and he's no older than us. You never catch me being bossed around like that. Well, you're not Henry, as long as he's happy with it. Yeah, aren't you just the same, though? Letting his lordship... whatever. You sound awfully sour, Dawson. If you want to join us, you should just say. Anyway, I really should go. See you tomorrow. I clicked away there a bit too fast. But hey, that happened. Oh.
Oh, Herschel!
Angela, perfect timing.
Beautiful night, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Randall seems to be quite single-minded lately.
Yeah, that's Randall. I think his enthusiasm is one of the reasons I admire him.
I suppose.
But that passion makes him easily excitable. You know, you're very good for him. You keep him balanced.
Is balanced the same as boring?
No. Randall's lucky. We're both looking out for him.
Yes, he is lucky, isn't he? He's got a kind girlfriend who's concerned about his well-being, and a loyal best friend.
Ah.
You'll always look out for him, won't you, Herschel? Promise me.
Yes. I promise.
And seeing that Herschel Layton in the beginning said that it was his fault for whatever happens, and that Randall died at some point, as we heard yesterday, I'm not too sure if that had worked out as a promise. Fresh air's good to go outside once in a while. Come on, that tree would have been perfect. Sip 2 runs before. Let's take care not to do that again. Yeah, indeed. Okay, Randall's house. Well. Right, let's sneak in the usual way. Yes, I think that would be best. Because I guess his dad shouldn't know. Which, you know, that's one of the things that I find quite a shame. Is like when parents like that are just like very much so against all friends of their children. Even though they do their children actually good. The diary on the wall is really the entrance to Randall's room, isn't it? I reckon I can count on one hand the number of times I've been in through the front door. Randy's father isn't that bad, you know, he's just very, very strict. Randall hasn't opened the window yet, hasn't he? Well, we have to send a signal. Yep, would you care to do the honors, Herschel? I guess throwing a rock. Amen. That rings a bell. In the balance, sent a signal to Randall. Set the order in which the first slingshots are shot. The shots will only bounce off the first thing they come into contact with, and any obstructions they hit will break and disappear. Hold on, the cat will break and disappear? I think that would hit that. So I'm not too sure about that one. That one would hit that. That would hit that. That... Hold on. Bum... Bum... Let's just roll with it a bit, because it's like kind of hard to line them up. The thing is, like, either like this one or this one would be last technically, because they're the ones that I guess would reach, so let's Okay, that's not a real cat. So, bum, and then bounce back. Bum, bump, flower pot. I want to change these two. Okay, how about we do 2, 3, 4. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So number 4 is number 3 for how it hits. 1, 2, 3. Is this the only one that could hit? How about we change these two? Because 1, 3, 4. Okay, yeah. This one is the only one that can hit.
certain.
It's hard to gauge, especially like when you have the screens close by, because technically, like they account for the visual gap in between the device. So, you know, when you play on a DS, you have a centimeter or so gap in there, and like visually they count that gap into their riddles and stuff, which means it's much easier then to grasp sometimes how like things work out. While when we're playing like this and it's like basically like back to back here, or like up and down directly touching on the screen, you cannot really gauge sometimes which thing hits which, so it's a bit more try and error, if that makes sense. Which is fine, it just means that it's not as immediate sometimes. That rings a bell. Okay. Nice. Great, that should do it. Until I decide that a house wall is way more precious than cut the vines. Oh, hey, Randall. Hello, we're not late, aren't we? I've been waiting ages. Herschel, did you have to protect Angie from terrible dangers on the way? I'm bound to say that the lady did not require my aid, though I would have been glad to provide it had the need arisen. Haha, oh come off it, what a gentleman, eh, Angie? So what's this thing you were going to tell us about? Yes, don't you have something to show us? Patience, patience, my friends. Huh? Cutscene.
Is that?
The Mask of Chaos.
Yep, that just happened. The Mask of Chaos? You mean the real Mask of Chaos? The one and only! The artifact Donald Rutledge wrote in his ancient histories. I found it at last. That's a fake, right? It must be. Absolutely not. This is the genuine article. According to Rutledge, the myth goes that he who holds the Mask of Chaos may have anything he desires. That's incredible, but sounds a bit, you know, ominous. It's just a legend, Herschel. You shouldn't believe everything you read. So when I examined the mask, I made an unexpected discovery. Something Rutledge didn't mention? Exactly. The mask does indeed possess an extraordinary power. It holds the key to an unimaginable fortune and glory. That is to say, if I can crack the puzzle of the mask, it will lead me to lost treasure of ancient civilization. Well, what do you say? Doesn't it fill you with a thirst for adventure? No. To begin with, we don't even know if that really is the Mask of Chaos. Where did you get it from? Excellent question, my dear Herschel. It wasn't easy. I had to crack a devilish puzzle to get my hands on the mask. A puzzle? What puzzle? Also, where exactly did you get it?
Behold!
Oh, is this the map maybe you were talking about?
What is this?
I don't understand.
We made the trip to Monte d'Or to investigate the Mask of Chaos. There, we witnessed a terrifying sight. Civilians petrified before our very eyes. We met Angela Lador, an old friend of the Professor's. We also learned of a tragic event in Professor Layton's past. I didn't get much sleep that night, but the sunrise was quite beautiful.
So yeah, basically instead of having us go through the whole story, in one they split it up between the chapters. So there's gonna be chapters that are gonna bring us back into the past again. Discord in Montador. Chapter 3. Also, we're gonna see the city in daytime. Montador is a desert city, by the way. So, yeah, whatever these animals are all are, you know, they're desert animals.
Where is...
Uh-huh, he's gone. Well, looks like somebody needs more sleep. Don't worry, you stay here while the professor and I investigate, okay? Are you going to leave me behind? No, oh, nice try, Emmy. You may be half asleep, but you can't trick me. Half asleep? So you admit it then. You could do with a bit more sleep. Sure, you don't want to stay here and take a nap? Huh? No, I'm okay. I can investigate too. Come now, you two. Before we set out, let us go through yesterday's events. Okay, well, we arrived here in Montador after we got that letter from Mrs. Ledore. When we went to see her, she told us that the shady character calling himself the Masked Gentleman is stirring up trouble in the city. We even got to see one of his miracles last night for ourselves. The professor and I saw him turn people into stone. The whole city's on edge. If the Masked Gentleman isn't caught soon, we don't know what might happen. Indeed, it's our mission to apprehend the Masked Gentleman and restore peace to Montador. But in order to do so, we must first find out who's behind that mask. From what I gathered, the police is still fumbling for a lead. With so little to go on, it'd just be best to get the full story from Mr. Ledore himself. An excellent proposition. I was thinking this might be a good time to pay Henry a visit. So we're going to the Ledores? Maybe we can also check the place where they kept the mask then. And yes, remember who Henry is? We met him just now in the past. He is the servant boy that was serving Randall's family. So, you know, apparently he was watching out for Angela. And in the end, they married. Professor, isn't that? No, but then who could it be? Friend of yours, Emmy? No, but I could swear I've seen her before somewhere. It's Granny! Granny Riddleton! No, Elizabeth. How befitting the carnivals of a beauty such as myself. At last I shall have a chance to shine, but you travelers, I sense that you are overwhelmed by the glutz of the city and need of guidance for your puzzle queen. I recognize that voice and that fashion sense, aren't you, Granny? Silence, the beautiful and clairvoyant Elizabeth has spoken. Clairvoyant, is that so? Did I hear you say you're a puzzle queen? Why yes, I'm the ruler of puzzles, and you'll find my puzzling subjects roaming all over this land. Fun, frustrating, finicky, they're out there everywhere you look. But sometimes a puzzle might stump us and we put it off until later. Other times we must puzzle it completely, and that's where I come in and gather those poor neglected puzzles and keep them safe and warm, as a good queen should. In other words, if we let any puzzles slip by, we just have to come and see you. That sounds very convenient. Isn't it just, after all, I'm your puzzle queen, Elizabeth, the... Beautiful and clairvoyant. Hey, you're catching on, boy. Just stop by my shed. That's my palace, whenever you're itching for a puzzle or fight. Fairway fibber and patterned apron. I guess if you would have talked to more people there, you could have found these. Hey, if it's puzzles you're after, then look no further. Fairway fibber. Four golfers named Mr. Black, Mr. White, Mr. Brown, and Mr. Blue were competing in the tournament. Sounds like a clue start. The caddy didn't know who was who, so yes, 3 of the 4, one of them, Mr. Brown told her a lie. So who's Mr. Blue? Okay. That's the thing again. No. Mr. B is Mr. Black. I'm not Mr. Blue. See, Mr. White, that's D. The thing is, one of them, Mr. Brown told her a lie. So, one of the three must be Mr. Brown. So we already know Brown is not him. B is Mr. Black. If he's right, then this guy is black. The thing is, if A is right, that B is Mr. Black, then B cannot be wrong. Because if B would be wrong, then he would be Mr. Blue. Instead of him saying, I'm not Mr. Blue. And that means that A is also wrong. That B is black. Because then he would be blue. Which means, you know, B must be right. That he is not blue. Dabba-dee-dabba-die. The thing is, if C was lying... about D being Mr. White, then that means that D would be Mr. Black, on the other hand. Which, if he was lying, then A would also be lying again. Which in return means A is lying. So here's Mr. White. Which leaves blue to one of these two. B is Mr. Black, so B is not black, nor blue, nor white, which means he must be Mr. Brown. No, hold on. Mr. Brown told her a lie. Hold on. No, hold on. So he cannot be black if he would tell him a lie. If he is white, that would leave him as Mr. Brown, but then he would be the liar, so that cannot be. Like, if that guy was lying, he would have to be Mr. Brown, which means that he couldn't be black. Then he wouldn't also be blue, and he would be white. That means he could also not be white. That means A is telling the truth. Okay, so A is telling the truth, which means B is Mr. Black. No. Maybe we should also choose a pen then. So here's Mr. Black. And then if he's telling the truth and saying he's not Mr. Blue, then that's also right. Which means he is lying. Because if he was saying he's not Mr. Blue, then he must be blue, and then that wouldn't work. So Mr. B is black. And then that means that C is lying, that Mr. White is D, which makes him brown. Which means Mr. Blue is any of those guys. The thing is, they're specifically asking for Mr. Blue and not Mr. Brown. So if he is not white, that means he is white. And that leaves Steve being blue. Right?
I think this may be it.
My brain is slowly getting tired, but okay, I got it.
Puzzles can be quite fun.
But I was quite certain there. I wanted to end my sentence with. And with that, I finished half a liter of tea. I guess that's not quite half a liter, but close to. Well. The line Mr. Brown C, since the statement is false, D must be Mr. Blue. Yes. Okay. Couldn't have done it better myself. Patterned apron. Let's do that one. But yeah, all the puzzles we have here are just gonna be things we miss. I wonder if you can solve this riddle. I folded up my dear old apron 3 different ways. Made the flower pattern look different each time. Okay, so I have to figure out where the flowers are. The issue is I cannot tell if that's the back or the front of the strip, but I think it's the back. Which means this pattern is this. And then because this is the wrong way around on the side, it must be like this. Which is A on this side. I think that's it.
Here goes.
Easy.
Puzzles can be
Much
quite
quicker
fun.
than the logic puzzle before. Right here, that's what the pattern looks like when the apron's folded up. You can tell which part you're looking at by where the apron straps are and the direction they point. I do like the haphazard way the flowers are placed. I don't quite, because they're still kind of at the same distance to each other, so my OCD is telling me there's something really wrong there. If it was like really haphazard to where they had a different like distance to each other, like towards like the radius of the circle, so to speak, it would make more sense for my brain to be like truly random, and I would like it more. But I couldn't have done it better myself. Okay, she says the same thing every time, so that's... If it's... no! Didn't mean to click her. Okay, he doesn't really have anything. Good morning to you, Professor. I trust you slept well. Very well indeed, thank you. The room is very comfortable. I'm glad to hear that. We pride ourselves on being one of the finest hotels in the city. We strive for excellence. I do think we may one day achieve it. With so many splendid hotels in Montadora, I imagine competition must be fierce. It is, yes, but our priority here at the Camel's Hump remains the same, providing the very best service for our guests. Your satisfaction is of the utmost importance to us, so please do ask should you require anything. Thank you, we'll keep that in mind. Okay, I thought he may have a riddle or something, but hey, you know. The streets are still packed, but compared to last night, it feels quite peaceful. I guess many a person is still asleep at this time. The carnival goers must be exhausted from all the thrills. Do you think there will be another parade tonight, Professor? From what I've heard, there's a parade every evening, but trying to remember, Luke, that we are not here for the festivities. Should we continue gathering information from witnesses? Certainly, I was thinking we could talk to the locals while we're making our way to the Ladora's residence, huh? Professor, look! This little girl who was lost, she's crying again. I was only talking to the clown for a second, like, and then me mom disappeared. Where'd she gone? You lost your mom again, Professor? We should try not to stray too far from our investigation, but it's a gentleman's duty to aid those in need. I knew you'd say that. Alright, let's find this girl's mom. Can you remember where you last saw your mother, little one? I think it was near that huge tent where the water guns whoosh whoosh. That's got to be Celebration Boulevard. Let's go. That's a way of bringing us there. Hello there, lady. You have a riddle? Hello there, do I know you? Gloria, I thought it was you. Oh, of course, it's young Herschel. Last time I saw you, you were just a lad, and you had rather more hair. A friend of yours, Professor? Yes, from long ago. This is Gloria. What brings you here? Are you on holiday? Oh goodness, no, I moved here to Montador 5 years ago now. There's only a handful of people left in Stansbury. Herschel, it's sad, desolate place these days. But look at you with your lovely wife and children. To think you didn't invite your dear auntie to the wedding. Oh no, it's not what it looks like at all. This is my assistant Emmy, and Luke here is the son of a good friend. Emmy Altava, it's nice to meet you, Gloria. And this little girl can't find the murder, so we're helping her look. That's nice, dear. You know, Herschel, it wouldn't have hurt to come and visit now and then. Too late now, though. Never thought I'd say this. But I miss Stansbury, the peace and quiet, the green, even the creepy crawlies. Montador's just hectic these days. Some rowdy character in a mask calling himself the masked gentleman or what have you. He's been going after tourists too. You got to keep an eye out where you go. I don't know. Be careful. Don't you want your Herschel? Of course I will, Gloria. Well, it has been lovely to see you again, but we really must be getting on. So yes, we met another character of his past. Oh, look at who it is. Hello there. Yeah, Miss Sam. And Mrs. Ladora probably hit you. They say her and her hubby ain't on the best terms. Maybe now's my chance, eh? Are you talking about Angela? That's Mrs. Ladora to you, Scruff. Who said you could use her first name, eh? What was that about the Ladors not getting on? It's obvious, isn't it? Gets home late every night. Who can say where he's all day? Not his wife, anyway. What do you mean? Obviously, he's busy with all his miracle business. Being the city's founder probably comes with its fair shares of duties, too. Don't open your grove when you ain't got a clue what you're on about, love. You're one of them tomboys, aren't you? Can't stand them. A woman who ain't brainy ain't worth my time. That's what I say. Bet you can't even solve this puzzle. Oh my goodness. Deliberto. That was oof. 10th round ace. A and B are confronting each other in the 10-round card game. The rules of this game are simple. Fire beats wood, wood beats water, and water beats fire. The details aren't clear, but it seems that A drew fire 2 times, wood 5 times, and water twice, but B drew fire twice, wood 5 times, and water 3 times. None of the rounds were draw. Okay. So... that's the thing. What the heck were these numbers from? Ah, well. Either way, so... Fire 3 times... Wood 5 times... And water... twice. Well, B drew fire twice. Wood 5 times. And water 3 times. So the thing is, because they're not a draw, we have 5 wood here and 5 wood here. That means that the wood would go against the fire and the water here and against the fire and the water here. Since fire beats wood and wood beats water, that means that the win in this case goes to this side on those 2, to this side on those 3, this side on those 2, and to this side on those 3, which means A has won.
I'm going for it.
Actually decently easy.
Well, that's that.
Yeah. If A won 3-2 and A drew wood, and A also won 3-2 and B drew wood, I must be the overall winner. Indeed. See, I told... Wait, you solved it? I've been trying to work that out for weeks. Maybe if you spent less time being insulting to strangers, you'd solve a puzzle or 2. A brainy tomboy with a big rub. You'll never be no Angela the door, but I like your style. I mean, you just said that she didn't have brains. Out of my way, don't you know I'm Waltham of Waltham and Co. Autumn of Waltham? Oh, yeah. Oh, what charming little ragamuffins. Since you're blocking my path, I assume there's something you want. We're looking for Mommy. Have you seen her, mister? Well, how would I know? I never met your, Mommy. Dear, oh dear, what am I supposed to do with you two? Wait, I'm not lost. I'm just helping her find Mommy. I mean, her mother. Ah, splendid then. Now I think of it, I did see a woman rushing towards Celebration Boulevard. White trousers on the wavy red hair. Seems to be looking for someone. Maybe you? Ah, that's got to be her. Thank you, sir. Cheers, mister. Bye-bye. Don't mention it. Time's money, but I've got that coming out my ears, so to speak. At least he was trying to help them, which is very nice of them, since they're children, you know. The gallery isn't open to the public yet. No doubt the police are still at work there. My mom was upset because we didn't get to see all the nice stuff in there. I can't imagine they have it closed for much longer. Maybe it'll be open tomorrow, or the day after tomorrow. It depends on what the police find. Suppose let's try again later. Oh gosh, there's the one incoherent lady, and she has a riddle. The masked gentleman is the talk of the town. Have you seen what he can do? It's amazable. I hope I get to meet him. Took the bus all the way from Ipsthorpe just to see one of his miracles with my own eyes. Bet you'd like to meet him too, right? He's so wonderfabulous. Look, I've even made a specific puzzle for him. Did I get through that without misreading? I don't know, honestly. Big cake, little cake. A, B, and C each ate one of 3 different sized slices of strawberry gâteau. C had the medium size and B had the large one. A had the large size and I had the medium one. A and B have each made one statement that is true and one that's false. Can you work out who had which slice? Move the slices onto the plate to answer. Okay. A ate the medium slice and B had the large one. So, if A ate the medium size, C ate the medium size and B had the large one, that means small one. A had the large size and I had the medium one. Okay. If it's right that C ate the medium slice, and that would be working out that way. And then on B, A had the large slice and I had a medium one. That means that cannot be true. Which means... No, hold on. A had the large slice, then works out, and A had the medium one is a lie then, because C had the medium. Which fits. Okay, so this must be it then, right?
Please, allow me.
The weird outlines they did for the characters are interesting. Talking about black outlines, these stylized more black outlines on the characters are actually one of the issues why Mario and Luigi Brotherhood has such trouble running on the Switch. Which is kind of an interesting and funny thing to figure out. Maybe I'm gonna play the game eventually, we shall see. I know that a decent bit of people would love to see me play it. Got a new shop aisle, orienteering. Wonderfabulous, how did you manage that? You must be really intelligible. So, Serena, you're hoping to see the masked gentleman, right? Aren't you afraid after what he did yesterday? What do you mean? I love a statue of myself. I even have to be terrified to a stalagmite minimum for it. Wherever there's a miracle, you can ground firm I'll be at the front of the queue to see it. You do know it's not really a show, don't you? He's dangerous. Oh yes, absolutely. The masked gentleman is real. That's what makes him so thrill-rating. It's so hard to read the text. Serena, meeting the masked gentleman is no more thrill-rating than losing your life savings in a casino. What do you mean? Have you seen the masked gentleman in the casino? Well, I know where I'll be going tonight. She is so confounded. Ah, we meet again, Professor Layton. What are your chances? Hello there, Mr. Malone. Out running errands, aren't you? Something like that. I've just been to examine the scene of last night's incident, but to be frank, I've turned up nothing at all. I don't seem to have much talent for detective work. Was it really magic? We can't entirely rule out that possibility, but it's far more likely that some sort of trick was involved. So it seems. By the way, I see your party has gained a member since last night. Ah yes, this would be... Bonnie, I'm lost. When me mom's lost, we're trying to find her. You wouldn't happen to have seen a red-haired woman dressed in purple in the vicinity, would you? Funny you should ask, really. I saw precisely such woman on Celebration Boulevard just now. She was asking around after a chat too. Don't expect that's a coincidence. Cheers, mister. No be it. You make it proper good detective-like. Oh, my first soft case. Well, I hope you find your mother soon. Ta-da. Bye-bye. Where did my burn get after this time? I look away for 1 second. Mommy! Aye, Bonnie, where you been? Didn't I tell you to stay close? I was talking to the clan and then when I turned around couldn't see you. We looked all over for you, Mommy. Ah yes, we bumped into your daughter again a little way back. Yeah, thank you so much, Pet. I'm really sorry for bothering you again. She can be a real pain sometimes. Cheers, mister. That Bonnie seemed to be quite a little explorer. Maybe she grew up to be an archaeologist. Once I lost my parents in the middle of London when I was younger. I know how it feels. Oh yes, weren't you in London just the other week? That's different. Anyway, I decided to go and have a look at one of the maps in the street and they were. Now that we've solved this little case, let's hurry to the doors. AKA, yeah, they just wanted us to have a random detour. Let's talk to the lady here real quick. Bingo, she has a riddle. I smelled that. Hello, isn't today just lovely? It's so peaceful compared to yesterday. And hey, we've got a full house again. Things have certainly calmed down. It never ceases to amaze me how quick people will adapt. It's always like this. The mass chaser kicks up a right fuss, then the next day it's like nothing ever happened. I do worry though, like, what if one day something really terrible happens and we can't get back to normal? I intend to catch the masked gentleman before it comes to that. Hang on, I didn't mean to set the tone so grim. Here's an idea, positive right in the mood. And yes, I'm gonna do a tiny bit of overtime until we reach the doors. Emperor's Throne. 6 penguins are standing on an iceberg, 5 small ones and a rather portly emperor. All penguins can move either horizontally or vertically, but once in motion they won't stop until they hit another penguin. If there's nothing in the way, they plunge straight into sea. Can you help the emperor get back to his rightful place in the center of the iceberg? That's wrong. Okay, the other... Okay, I get it now. Hold on. So, the others do move like that too. That means if I need to move this guy over, I can do this. And then this. This and this. And that will bring... that will not do what I wanted to. Okay. I think the one move I did just now with like him moving over is right there. And then I need to stop him there. This won't stop anybody. Can just go around like this. Wow.
How about this?
Okay, there we go. Sounds like a good plan. Okay, good. But yeah, I kind of don't want to have to do the work there, but I also don't want to start the Lador story yet. I'm trying to really, I am, but I can't stop thinking that the future's all doom and gloom. Oh yeah, a little bit bird told me that some of the city bigwigs went and had a gander at the scene of the trouble. Was Mr. Lador among them? Yeah, I think so. They were all trying to pretend like everything's fine, but they looked pretty uptight to me. They were having a bit of a burning at one point, trying to pin the blame on each other. Sounded like Oh, are they not on good terms then? You could say that. Anyway, I don't care whose fault it is, as long as they catch the masked gentleman. Okay, so there seems to be some trouble in paradise on like a decent bit of people to ends there. I don't want to, but I think he has a riddle, of course. Step right up, John Paul's toys are the best in town. You want it? We got it. Beers, dinosaurs, rabbits, piggies, cars, and tractors, and thingamajigs. Hello, John Paul. Ah, aren't you Emmy's friends? How are you enjoying Montador? Very well, thank you. And Luke is taking good care of the robot you gave us. Glad to hear it. I can't really give you another toy, but how about a puzzle instead? I'm taking a puzzle, sure. Okay, is it one thing of, hey, make this a circle and like losing one? The toy chain is made up of many smaller links. When one of the links is removed, the chain forms a complete ring. Okay, these ones don't lock together, which is tricky. Does the thing again. There we go. So, this one goes around like this. But it also goes around like this. Or like this. So it must be one that double links somewhere. Thing is, this guy doesn't overlap. That would leave things open here. Like, this guy doesn't overlap the blue, so that would leave things open here. If I would take it out. And this one would also leave things open if I take it out. If I take out F, then A wouldn't be linked. So hold on. These need to stay. And this one has only 2 links also. Oh, these aren't linked. Hold on. I just realized something. These aren't linked. That's why I went in with the dots and it helped me. Okay. So the one that's technically holding these together is H or D. But then E wouldn't have the thing, so H must go, right?
Don't keep me in suspense.
I just realized they aren't linked, yeah. Wow, I'm glad I noticed that. I'm glad I went through it again.
Puzzle without a solution.
Because I thought it must be somewhere here. It's H. You form a ring, each link should have 2 others connected to it, yes. And both these 2 have 3 links, indeed. I knew you like that. I got goodies for everyone, even those who are too old for toys. That was a fine puzzle, thank you. Hey Professor, did you notice that John Paul doesn't talk the same way to us as he does to Emmy? Yes, Luke, I did, but let's not mention that to Emmy, shall we? We won't want to embarrass her. Yeah, maybe because he's interested in her in some way. Either way, let's save right here. Actually, let's go and click through here. I'm not gonna read everything, but hey. And yes, we got a present and a past thing. I love that his past symbol is his coat or his school uniform thing. You know? How it's like... But yeah, I'm not... I don't know if I ever want to watch the episodes. Guide your wind up a robot around the hazardous course. Touch the yellow arrows to make the robot must move. Robot walks 3 steps at a time. You can't stop him once he gets going. Okay. There's also no way to make a dodge adventure turn around midway. However, if the robot bumps into a wall or block, he was stopped on his tracks. Bunk. Some stages include conveyor belts. Most of the time they're completely still, but if the robot steps on one... Whee! The conveyor belt is activated and the robot gets carried along. This is an enemy mouse bot. It's deadly for only moves when the robot does. And the gauge goes down. Oh no, the robot's trapped, or is he? The robot and the mousebot move at exactly the same time. Bonk. Now I have to look at the gauge. Yeah, okay. Eventually we're gonna play this. I just wanted to get through the world. Okay, with one of these the robot can smash. Airplane is the go. Oops, he walked right past. Bonk. Yeah, okay. Yes, it was perilous journey, but he got there in the end. He will collect more stages as you continue in the game. Okay. That's actually gonna be an interesting riddle, so we may do that in between. On the one-stop shop, your aim is to stock the shelves in such a way that the customer is certain to buy everything on display. Miller decides where the first item goes and outlines in red. She's the boss and her decision is final, so there's no moving this item. Use the stylus to select goods from the top of the screen and place them on the shelves. While holding an item, parts of the aisle will turn dark. Either the item is too large for that space or there's nothing there to support. Also, you can hold an item to have Miller tell you about its color and type. Once you've finished arranging the items that open the shop, you won't be able to open up until yeah. Basically, every time you put them in order. So, yeah. A yellow teddy called Fluffy, isn't it adorable? Once you catch their attention, we'll buy products on impulse. Are you Fluffy? How are you proper soft? Aw, the teddy's best of all. There's another one. Your name is Snowflake, eh? You're lovely and white. Can't come now. Aw, another white one. And then another bunny, and then a yellow cat, you know? So it's always the, like, features or the color that are the same, or it actually being, you know, yeah, whatever. Yellow. Like, the same animal. Play through the main game you find in the aisle to challenge too. Yep. Also a fun little cute game, and the one that's obviously the most curiosity catching, the rabbit show. Thank you so much for helping me back there. And Bonbon, it's nice to meet you. Do you have a name? Yes, I've got a name. I'm Luke. And I also happen to be Professor Layton's #1 apprentice. We'll have to work hard to get you back on the troop, Bonbon. I know, I admit I haven't been doing well enough, but I try my best, really, I will. Oh, and by the way, the ringmaster never understood a word I was saying, but you can actually talk to me. Did you study a lot of lab praise at school? No, I'm not quite sure I was to speak to you, actually. Sort of just sense animals' emotion and the language comes naturally. That's amazing. Are you a genius? Not quite. It's just a skill I have. I think I inherited it from my father. People give me funny looks sometimes, but I never give it up for anything. After all, we never have become friends if we couldn't speak to each other. Friends? Are we really friends? That's right, and we're going to get back into that circus, whatever it takes. Then you can see all your friends there too. I can't wait to see them again. Thanks a whole bunch of carrots. Your aim is to help your rabbit become a worthy member of Stellar Circus. You must help the rabbit perform the ringmaster's satisfactions every play. The circus rabbit show. To perform the rabbit show, your rabbit will have to learn some actions. When the rabbit action, you have to have a little bit sharp with it. You can also train the rabbit to help it learn lots of different actions. Every action that your rabbit learns is recorded in the bunny journal as master action. Sometimes the bunny journal contains hints on how to teach your rabbit an action that it doesn't know yet. Make sure to check the journal every now and then. When you're not in the mood for circus training, try to touch the different rabbit icons. Try to get to know your rabbit and teach it a variety of amusing actions to perform the rabbit's slow pace. Okay, let's chat to it once. Why not? Hey, I've got a great idea, Bonbon. What's that? We're seeing as the ringmaster gave us some scripts to look at. I was wondering if you'd like to learn some choreography to accompany them. Choreography? What's that? It's sort of like actions that you got planned out. We can make them really cute. Sorry, I didn't think I could do any of that. Maybe I'm just not cut out for acting. Don't give up before you even try it. I'm sure you can do it. Practice makes perfect. You really think so? Okay, I give it a go, but don't expect miracles. What is it you do best, Bunman? Best, I don't know. Suppose I can jump in the air and cheer, or I can maybe shiver on the spot. Right, let me jot that down. Cheering and shivering, you say? Cheering and shivering. Well, it's a start. We can do this bit by bit so we don't load your little head with too many actions. Let's start with cheering. Can you tell a bit more about that? Let me think, it's hard. I know, I cheer when I'm happy. I jump into the air and go yippee. Okay, so cheer's a happy action. Yep, I'm happy when I'm cheering. I'm guessing you shiver when you're frightened. Snuff, snuff, yeah, I don't like scary things. They make me feel all tingly. There, Bunny. Alright, I think you may be able to use this. Just make sure you practice often. Now there's an idea. Can you wag your tail and try to look silly? Tail? Oh, my tufty? Okay, I can try to wag my tufty. You call your tail tufty? It's everything you do going to be this cute? Touch chat to see if your rabbit has anything on his mind. It may have something to discuss with you. From time to time, it will have an idea for a new action. Would be recorded in your bunny journal after the chat. You can also teach it new actions by training it. Make sure to check the bunny journal options. When you touch train, the rabbit will hop up closer. You can touch it with the stylus. Once it comes to you, follow the hints in the bunny journal to teach your rabbit new actions. Touch your arrows either side to make your rabbit turn around on the spot. Rabbit already knows some basic moves, can stand on its hind legs and do a handstand. Let's try those to get your rabbit stand up. Touch and hold the step. Chest, when your rabbit stood for as long as you want, drop its head gently with the stylus and it will return to all four. There. A rabbit show minigame aims to help your rabbit, blah blah blah. Okay, yeah, that's not... Okay, so he starts. What are you looking at? Luke, did you see how I balance on my 2 feet like that? Yet, you make it look easy. Now let's try handstand. Get your rabbit to do a handstand, touch and hold its head, then slide the stylus straight down. Okay. Okay, you need to hold it for quite a while. Oh my goodness, you're pretty good at that, huh? Whoa, I felt a bit wobbly there. You soon get the hang of it, don't worry. Okay, now then let's try to teach your rabbit the action waggle. Touch the rabbit's back, and the rabbit will wiggle its bottom from side to side. That's all that's to learn waggle. That's a bit, well, interesting. Yes, hold and then waggle, waggle, waggle. No, hold longer. Maybe if I try pulling it from side to side. Yeah, I'm like, you know, touching his tail, holding it for a while, and then how long am I supposed to like hold it? I have the feeling this doesn't work. Maybe just the spot in general? Maybe slower? Doesn't do it. I don't know. Whatever. Kinda like. I wanted to like make him lie down or something. But that doesn't work either. Whatever, it's okay, I'm gonna like read about it and figure it out for next time. I wanted to try. Either way, let me save. And then let's see who's raidable. That went a bit more over the time than I was actually wanting it to, but hey, that's fine. I'm just getting very tired, but hey, it's okay. Okay, so... there's a decent bit of people streaming. Okay, let's raid iFlipsy, because they just started streaming. And they are studying on Pikmin, so you know? Or continuing on playing Pikmin, I don't know, but yeah, let's rate them. iFlipsy usually plays most of the games he plays actually with his gamepad, or dance pad. Not gamepad, with his dance pad, which means, yeah, it's very interesting. He even tries speedruns, so let's raid into that and see what he's up to at the moment. And it's also apparently the original Pikmin, which is quite fun. I mean, we already got like a new Pikmin last year, I think. So yeah, Pikmin is very cute. It's like this like riddle game, or this like cute little game where Pikmin are like basically like almost radishes, or like creatures like that are like fighting bugs basically, and you're like collecting other Pikmin and fighting against more bugs and all that kind of stuff, exploring the garden. And like things like that, trying to reach places that you only can with certain Pikmins and all that. It's very adorable. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this game, and I hope you all will have a nice evening. And I see you all back hopefully tomorrow. Tomorrow I say, first day for crafting. It's Tuesday already. My time feeling is off. But yeah, first day. We're gonna craft some more, and I'm gonna work more on my, befittingly, garden diorama. So I hope you all will show up then, and if not, then, you know, hopefully you're back on Sunday for more Professor Layton and the Miracle Mask, and we're gonna figure out the actual story behind the issues here. Anyways, have a good one, bye bye!